Sobe Restaurant and Lounge is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joi Live Show. Sobe, surpassing the ordinary in Prince George's County with superior service and a distinguished and inspired menu. The Autumn Joi Live Show is sponsored by Everything Legendary, where plant-based is oh so good. For more information, visit our website at golegendary.com and follow us on social media.
It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joi Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joi Live.
Oh my goodness, I am in complete shock right now because I am literally on my talk show set. Can you all believe that? Welcome to the very first episode of the Autumn Joi Live talk show right here on CTV. Now, of course, you all have tuned into me Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on 96.3 WHUR. And now you get to see me on your television screens because I have my very own talk show right here on CTV. Now, before we get started, y'all got to get into my digs, okay? We got the Wall of Fame back here where I'm with some of my celebrity friends. I've got my accolades back there. Hey, y'all. Aren't they so cute? And, of course, my favorite color is pink, so you know I had to incorporate these pink couches. All right, so I want to talk about Juneteenth. Now, we know that Juneteenth was last month. And for those of you that don't know what Juneteenth is, it is a holiday celebrated on June 19th, and it commemorates the emancipation of enslaved Africans right here in the United States. Now, the holiday was first celebrated in Galveston, Texas, which was the last state to free their slaves, and given everything that's going on in Texas right now, we understand why, but I digress, and it happened in 1865. I had the opportunity to attend the 2022 Juneteenth Honors, which were held at the Warner Theater in Washington, D.C. Now, the Juneteenth Honors is an award show about music that highlights Black excellence, our history, and the achievements of African-American luminaries. Of course, I had the pleasure of gracing the red carpet and interviewing some of the largest names in the entertainment industry, including Maxwell, Terrence J, Claudia Jordan, Vernon Davis, Omari Hardwick, and so many more. It was lit. All right, so to kick off our first episode of the Autumn Joi Live Show, my friends and family will be answering a very hard question. Who the heck am I? Yeah, who is Autumn Joi Live? All right, coming up next, we are going to have the Hollywood Crunch, where I'm going to tell you all about your favorite celebrities, which includes Drake, Beyonce, yeah, Queen Beyonce, and what's going on with Wendy Williams. Yep, I've got all of that coming up next. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
Who is Autumn Joi?
Who is Autumn Joi?
Autumn Joi, who is she?
Who is Autumn Joi?
Autumn Joi's my older sister. She is the person that has shown me what bravery looks like.
A special person in my universe.
She's been dealing with radio since we were kids.
Multifaceted personality.
She's always had this thing in her mind that she was always going to be in entertainment.
Everything about her is extremely organic.
She's one of the brightest shining stars that I've ever worked with in my professional career.
She's always impressed me with her intelligence and her strength.
I like to say I am the reason why Autumn is Autumn Joi Live.
She's really good at maintaining people's attention, hosting shows.
She's taken our market by storm.
Like she gets so mad at me because I'm always like, this is Corey Joi Live. I'm not really.
I adore her.
I'm Corey Anita, so I call myself Corey Joi Live. It's so funny.
If you want to know what's going on in social media.
She just takes you in.
She's one of the best in our business.
Autumn is the motivation behind a lot of things. Like, she's my best friend. She's my confidant.
Just an all-around wonderful person.
Dear parents, can we take a time out from our crazy lives for a second and think about how awesome play is? This thing we love to do just because it's fun is actually helping us grow in all kinds of ways. And the only trick is to mix up the ways we play, because different kinds of play gives us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, time in.
All right, welcome back. It's time to get into the Hollywood Crunch. Let's talk about Drake, shall we? Now, we know he's been quite busy. He just released his latest project titled Honestly Nevermind. And of course, it was mixed with some different reviews, but Drake doesn't care, especially about what we think, because according to him, our brains won't process the album's greatness until later, whatever that means. Now, in Drake's new music video for Falling Back, he's literally marrying 23 different women. Yeah, and guess who his best man is, y'all? Tristan Thompson, of all people. And of course, this came out right after Tristan's cheating scandal was revisited on the Kardashians. Ouch for Khloe. So what's up next for Drake? Well, he premiered his new radio show. It's called Table for One on Sirius XM. He also teased 2 new songs titled Confusion and I Could Never. Now, Confusion has a mid-tempo EDM type of beat, while I Could Never is more of a ballad. He also teased a poetry book. Is it giving Dr. Seuss vibes? I guess we'll have to wait to find out. Now let's move on to Queen Beyonce. Beyonce posted new photos from her British Vogue photo shoot to her Instagram page, but you had to have a very keen beehive eye, if you will, to catch the real reason she posted new photos. It was to bring people to her page to notice the change in her bio. Now, she put Act 1, Renaissance 729. Naturally, everyone rushed over to her website where she dropped hints of new music coming our way. Well, now if you go to her bio, it reads 6. Break My Soul out now, which is her new single, and it features New Orleans artist Big Freedia. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about what genre of music this album will be, especially since her single is being considered having more of a house dance EDM sound, It's already being hailed as the song of the summer, and expect Beyonce to surprise us with more singles as we anticipate the release of her full album titled Renaissance, which drops later this month. Now, the final episode of Wendy Williams, it aired on June 17th. Ending a bona fide era in daytime talk show history. Now, the show, which was filled with humor, gossip, and entertainment for nearly 14 years, finally came to an end. Earlier this week, the former host announced that she will no longer be on television, but she has promised her admirers that we're gonna hear from her again soon. Question, so what's gonna happen with the iconic pieces from her set? Well, y'all, get this. You know the purple chair that she sat in and other pieces from her show? They're gonna throw it in the trash. What? Yeah, production is not even bothering to donate the chair to a museum. Like, you remember on The View? Yeah, they donated the original table. After 10 years, they gave it to the Smithsonian. Well, unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. I mean, it seems unbelievable that no one would actually want to save that chair for posterity reasons. Regardless of the drama that's surrounding the Wendy Williams show's final season, or any before that, there's no denying that the media personality left her mark on daytime TV. And in the 12 seasons that she did host, she was nominated for multiple daytime Emmys. It's a sad situation overall as Wendy continues to fight to regain full control of her finances. So we here at the Autumn Joi Live Show hope that she continues to take care of herself, and we do look forward to her return to television. All right, that's the end of your Hollywood Crunch. Coming up next is one of my favorite segments. It's called Local Love, where we spotlight dope people from right here in our community, and we're going to be joined by our state's attorney, Aisha Braveboy. Don't move, I'll be right back.
She's went out of her way to make things happen in life for so many people, and I'm just one of them. I just watch her do it on a daily basis, and she just never gets tired of reaching into the bag of life and spreading that love. I've literally seen her do it all day long for so many people. So for her to take the extra time out to sort of take me under her wing was...
She is a person of integrity. She's a strong person. She's an athlete. She's a mother.
She is a people's person. Once you meet her, whether you meet her at 11 o'clock at night at Target or in church on Sunday, she's the exact same person.
She's pretty good at keeping up with what's happening and being fresh and, fly Autumn.
she would like record things off the radio and like act like she was the person like interviewing people on the radio and stuff like that.
And I feel like everything she says is her word. Her word is bond. Like everything that we've ever discussed, talked about, dreams coming in fruition for whether it be music, partnerships.
She takes that energy from when she's doing any kind of broadcast and takes it everywhere. So she bears her real life on whatever platform she's on.
She's a daughter, a woman, a sister, a niece, a cousin. She's a radio personality.
She is fun, she's loving, she's loyal, she's entertaining, she's smart, she's brilliant. She has ideas and she actually puts them into motion. She's not just the kind of person who just talks, and she's not a talker, she's a doer.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action. Together, we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at rotary.org/action.
All right, welcome back. It's time for Tea in the DMV. All right, early voting has started in the state of Maryland. It's going on until July 14th. For more information, go to vote411.org. Maryland, SAT and ACT scores will no longer be a requirement for universities and colleges under the University System of Maryland admissions. Now, Prince George's County, this is pretty serious. We know in the summer months, gun shootings become an all-time high, and they are an all-time high across the country, but you can help here at home. Help get these illegal guns off the street, okay? You can receive a reward of up to $2,000. Send a tip, save a life. Call 1-866-411-TIPS, and you can report anonymous. All right, coming up next, we have a segment here called Local Love, where we spotlight dope people from right here in the DMV. And joining me is my good friend, State's Attorney, Aisha Braveboy. Oh, there she is. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Do you love my set?
First of all, your set is amazing.
Thank you.
Just like you.
Oh, thank you. Have a seat. Welcome.
Thank you.
Listen, I was so excited when I found out that you were coming on my show. First of all, for those of you all that don't know, Aisha Braveboy is actually a friend of mine. She is somebody who I have admired for so long, and that award right there is from you.
Absolutely, because you are a phenomenal woman and a brave woman and a woman of purpose. So of course I had to honor you.
Yeah, it's right here on the set, looking good, girl.
Yes.
I'm gonna dust it off a little later. But let's talk, because like I just said about gun violence at an all-time high, not just here in Prince George's County, DC, and Maryland, across the country.
Absolutely.
And we all saw what just happened down at Mochella, 14th and U. Unfortunately, a 15-year-old young boy lost his life. A police officer was shot, and a number of other people were injured. And I know that you stand strong when it comes to gun violence, especially here in Prince George's County. So talk about why it's so important for your office to make sure that Prince Georgians are safe.
So my office is responsible for the safety and security of the people of Prince George's County, and I take that role very seriously. We are losing far too many young people to gun violence senselessly. You know, I think about last summer when we lost P.J. Evans, a young boy who really was just in the prime of his life, just starting out, such a beautiful smile, played football, was a great student, had so much to look forward to, but he was gunned down. And another young kid, 13 years old, shot and killed by a 12-year-old. 12. And so it breaks your heart. makes you angry, but also it gives you a sense of purpose. Like, we have to do something. And we started an initiative called Our Streets, Our Future to really focus on the issue of gun violence.
Yeah, and I've had the pleasure of being at quite a few of the events, and I got to say, the way that those young kids like respond to you, the way that the community responds to you, it's pretty phenomenal. And on a more personal note, being from Prince George's County, and we went to Suitland High School. Unfortunately, you went to Largo. We'll talk about that later.
It's Largo versus everybody. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But growing up here in Prince George's, you know, violence, we're no stranger to it. It's something that, you know, we grew up with, and it's hard to not become numb to it. And so on a more personal note, how do you keep yourself caring? How do you, when you hear about these shootings, not turning a blind eye or turning the other cheek? Because it's hard as a human being to keep wanting to fight the good fight when it's just something that has become so commonplace and we grew up seeing.
Well, to me, it is not common. To me, it's not normal, and we can never normalize gun violence. And so I think what keeps me going are those young people that I see at these events. When you look into their bright, beautiful eyes and you see all of the possibilities, not just that their parents see in them, but that the communities get to see in them, that I personally see in them. I look at them as me growing up, you know, and being from here, you remember growing up, I remember riding my bike to the park during the summertime because my parents felt that the community was safe. So I got to enjoy my life. I got to explore and see new things and experience new things. And I want that for our children because we have such talented, brilliant young people here in this county. I don't want them to be held back because they fear that they may be a victim or their parents are afraid for them. So every single day I look at this as that it is not normal, that is not acceptable, that Prince George's County will not be run over by gun violence, and it's my job to make sure that that message gets sent daily.
Yeah, and it's out there. It's definitely getting sent. Aisha, you don't play.
I don't play. And let me tell you, my prosecutors don't play either because we will, of course, give second chances to individuals who've committed certain offenses, but when it comes to gun violence, we draw the line there, and we are very serious about holding people accountable.
Yeah, and one thing I do admire about your office and what you do, when it comes to mental health, instead of just grabbing someone and just throwing them in jail, you try to find out, okay, hang on, let's dig a little bit deeper and understand why you did what you did. And you do allow people to have mental health evaluations instead of just throwing them immediately in jail, throwing away the key and moving on to the next.
Well, let me just say, I'm a part of a system. So it's not just me. It is the values, I think, of Prince George's County. We have an incredible court system. And through that system, we have something called our problem-solving courts. And our problem-solving courts attempt to do just that, solve problems. And so mental health is a problem for so many people in Prince George's County. So I have special prosecutors that are assigned to work with our problem-solving court as well as our mental health court to assist individuals who may be defendants in our system, but we know that they're suffering from a mental illness. So we help them get the services they need. If they need to get back on their medication, help them get on a regimen so that they can make better choices in the future. And so, you know, I'm grateful to have so many partners, and I want to give a shout out to Judge Sheila Tillerson Adams, who really is the person who created many of these specialty courts. I just have the honor of being able to work with her to make sure that those who need the service get to those services.
Yeah. So being state's attorney, it's big. It's a big title.
It is.
And for, you know, for little brown and black and just children all around Prince George's County that are going to see you on such a big stage, talk about how attainable it is to be a beautiful black woman from this area.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
That's what I do. But talk about, you know, how it is attainable and how they too one day can become state's attorney like Aisha Braveboy.
Well, let me say, when I was in school and even when I graduated, I had no idea what I wanted to do. So some people think, well, you have to know that you want to get into politics as a child in order to get on that path. all I knew was that I wanted to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I knew. And I like to help people. And I never thought I would be a lawyer. My father was actually the first person who told me, hey, you're going to be a lawyer. I guess because I like to argue a little bit.
We got that in common.
You know. But he also encouraged me to get involved in politics even after I graduated from law school. And what I will say is that you don't have to be the best student. I was an average student. I worked hard, but I didn't always get the best grades. But I had a strong work ethic. And I think the one thing I want to let young people know is that they are the only people that can hold themselves back. That they can do anything they want to do. They can be who they want to be, but they have to have a strong work ethic. They absolutely do. And then also they have to find their purpose. What is that thing that makes them want to wake up early in the morning, go to bed late at night, study all night long? What is that thing that just motivates them? And for me, it was helping people. It was fighting injustices. And also, I now am in a position to deliver justice or assist in the deliverance of justice for people. And it makes my heart so proud. And so I'm grateful that I listened to my father, but I'm also grateful that I followed my purpose.
Yeah. So what other issues outside of gun violence and tackling that will the state's attorney's office be tackling in the future?
So carjackings, another big issue. Now, oftentimes, carjackings and gun violence go hand in hand because people are using guns. But we're looking at really young kids, some 12, 13, 14, who are engaging in carjackings. And the crazy part of it is they don't have licenses. So not only are they putting their victims in danger, themselves in danger, but every single person on the roadway in danger. So carjackings is another huge issue that we're tackling. We're also focusing on restorative justice because we know that there are people who have been serving a pretty lengthy sentences. We know that mass incarceration is real. We know that black and brown people get sentenced disproportionately longer than their white counterparts. And so we're looking for ways to make sure that the justice system is fair. So we have a conviction and sentencing integrity unit that focuses on reviewing old sentences and also cases of wrongful convictions. In addition to that, we have to hold everyone accountable, and that includes our law enforcement officers as well as our public officials. And so we have a public integrity unit that investigates cases of police misconduct, or public, people who have the public trust, who violate the public trust, and we have held them accountable in the courts of law. So we have a really robust office. We handle and tackle a lot of different issues, and I'm just grateful that I've had the opportunity to serve in this role for the last 4 years.
Yeah. Now, this question I'm about to ask you is very important.
Okay.
Who are you currently listening to? Your favorite artist. So when you're like getting dressed in the morning and you're not Aisha Braveboy, our state's attorney, you're Aisha just getting ready listening to music.
Okay, so this is funny because last week you all played That Girl Is on Fire by Alicia Keys.
Oh, yeah.
And I listened to that for inspiration because it's such a moving and touching song. And it really, I think, just encapsulates all of the different parts of us as women.
Yeah.
We're not always strong. We're not always happy. We go through things. The world is tough. It's hard on us. But you know what? We stand with our feet on the ground and we're not backing down.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Our state's attorney, Aisha Braveboy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're like one of my first guests on my show here.
I am very honored.
Yes. You like to think about this?
The whole set is fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, you all. We will be right back. And of course, make sure you stay right there because I have a segment coming up called Ask Autumn Joi. Ooh, it's going to be real juicy. We'll be right back.
Have you ever seen somebody treated unfairly because of the color of their skin?
Do you guys know what it means to have white privilege?
What is racism and what do you think about it?
Talk to young children about what racism is, giving them the language to understand it. They can be disruptors. They can shape and shift culture.
We may not always know the answer, but we'll try and help you learn.
You don't have to have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we can't start.
I'm the Big C.
What is the Big C?
I'm here to tell you about skin cancer. Skin cancer is the cancer you can see. If we see something new, changing, or unusual, that could be skin cancer.
Is there a skin cancer on me right now?
I'm not a dermatologist, but do you know who is?
Yeah.
Your dermatologist.
Yes.
You gotta get checked, girl.
Do I?
Yes! Everybody has to get checked. See the Big C today.
All right, welcome back. This is the part of the show where you get to ask me anything you want, called Ask Autumn Joi. Oh, well, hello, Xavier. I have mail.
Here's your mail, Mom.
Thank you so much. Okay, so today's letter is coming from Janice from Clinton, Maryland. She's 42 years old. She is a wife and a mother of 5 boys. Woo, girl, I got one. How do you do it? She says, I love listening to you on the radio. Thank you so much. And I'm excited that you have a TV show now. I was an aspiring radio and television show host, but had to put my career on the back burner to raise my family. I feel like it's too late to get back into it. What advice do you have for me? Well, Janice, let's just start here. First of all, you have the most important job, which is raising a beautiful family, 5 boys. But I can tell you this, literally, it took me 15 years to become this overnight sensation or celebrity that everybody kind of sees. True story, Janice. Would you believe it or not that I was out of radio for about 5 years? Yeah, I literally could not find a job anywhere. So I had to work at Enterprise, right in Seabrook. So I understand how it feels to feel like you've lost your passion, to feel like your dream has forgotten about you. But the one thing I did not do was give up on my dream or give up on myself, no matter what obstacle was in my way. And so one day I decided, you know what, I'm going to spruce up my air check. And for those of you that don't know what an air check is, it's pretty much like a resume for your voice. So I spruced up my air check and I literally sent it out to every PD in the nation. Nobody responded, Janice, not a soul, except one person, my good friend, Al Payne, who is actually my manager right now. And so when Al responded back, he was surprised that I was even still doing radio. And he brought me back in to 92Q in Baltimore. So Janice, I say to you, don't give up, keep going. And even if you have to start a podcast with you and your 5 sons, you can talk about what it's like to raise 5 sons and be married. You can tap into a market that is pretty much needing to be tapped into. There are so many stay-at-home moms just like yourself who could use some amazing advice. Hopefully that helped, Janice. All right, listen, if you want to ask me a question, send me an email at theajltvshow@gmail.com. All right, would you believe this? It's time for us to go. You know what they say. Time flies when you're having a good time, but we've got to go. I do want to thank my special guest for today, State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy. And of course, Live Squad, I want to thank you for watching the premiere episode of the Autumn Joi Live Show right here on CTV. And until next time, you all be safe, be blessed, and I'ma holla.
I know you heard her on the radio. Now Autumn Joi got a TV show. Pride of Prince George's, wake up every morning gorgeous. She's a butterfly just floating and looking for something to land on. Hot life, local news, DMV, we on the move. She hangs amongst the stars, so you never know who might go. Conversations, they be intriguing. I love it when she be speaking. She know how to make me laugh, she know how to make me listen. From beginning to the end, I be really tuned in. If I miss a little bit, I tell them rerun it again. Well, it's the Autumn Joi Live Show where everybody's welcome. Still on the radio, but now she got a TV show. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show, Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show, Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show, Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show, Autumn Joi.
Sobe Restaurant and Lounge is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joi Live Show. Sobe, surpassing the ordinary in Prince George's County with superior service and a distinguished and inspired menu. The Autumn Joi Live Show is sponsored by Everything Legendary, where plant-based is oh so good. For more information, visit our website at golegendary.com and follow us on social media.